Good morning, one and all, and welcome back to Apaya Puzzles. This is my third attempt to start this video. I'm fairly tired this morning, so my brain is not quite firing on all cylinders. So my intro waffle has been a little bit more waffly than I wanted. We're looking on screen at today's cryptic from The Age and the Sydney Morning Herald by our old foe David Astle, aka Don't Attempt, an amazing setter, controversial setter, but a very cunning and creative one. And I, for one, love the liberal approach he takes to the way he clues things. So let's see how we go today. I haven't looked at anything yet. The grid itself looks pretty standard. The clues, well, there doesn't seem to be much interreferencing between clues, so that's good because that can make things tricky. So we might be looking at a standard kind of puzzle today, but that doesn't mean easy by any stretch, but at least no theme to have to wrestle with. So I'm trying to get my head in the game here. Weirdly, like, despite feeling tired and unable to think straight conversationally, I kind of do feel like I'm going to be able to tackle this cryptic efficiently. I don't know why, but let's see how we go. So, one across, legendary album, super cheap. And I'm going to be pretty cursory in my initial passing. I don't want to waste too much time on these. So I don't know what that is. So let's try 4. Well, that requires 2 down. So let's try 2 down. Trouble. Just give me a second. Okay. So 2 down. Trouble dry salesman recalled. Okay. I feel like this might end in per because salesman is a rep and it's going backwards, being recalled. So then we would need 4 letters for dry. That could be in the sense of sober or arid or something like that, but it's not standing out. Let's see if that P is of any use. Well, an equal sign, that's probably not in the answer. 11 across. Old timers, wandering US island. Well, this is sundials. It's a nice play. US island is an anagram of that. So wandering is the anagram indicator to rearrange these letters. And old timers are sundials. So nice misdirection. That is not a P, which is good to know. Let's try 3 down. Minor second role is welcome in Frozen. Ooh. I thought it was going to be Frozen was going to be iced with another letter inside, but so and the O for the second letter of roll, but that doesn't seem to produce a word. What's another word for frozen with a D on the end? And then what's a word for minor with a D on the end? Well, maybe it's not. Maybe frozen is the definition. Solid? Yeah. Solid is frozen. Second roll is O. And it's got slid around it. That feels like it's right, but I can't see why. Is welcome in slid. And no, maybe that's not right. Okay, let's follow my rules and not waste too much time. Follows very kind horse around boutique 4, 5. 4, 5. So this could be about or something, or above. Around boutique, salon. Yeah, probably going to be salon, because then we get along. So follows is probably goes along. So salon, very kind horse around boutique. So GOE. Might not be goes. Well, G and G is a horse, so that would make sense. But what's the very kind? Go, yes. Am I missing something there? If it's not goes along, very kind. What's very kind doing? I think it is goes along, but let's have a look at 4. 4 across was one that needed 2 down, wasn't it? So let's try 9 across, see if we can get some action in this corner here. Recommended sextet to board commercial jet. Feels like something to do with advice. To board commercial jet. Wow. And I'm thinking this is an E, right? So if this was D for recommended as the definition, this would be follows. I don't think that's going to work. I think it's an E. I might not put it in just in case, but let's think it's an E. And so sextet, I'm thinking, is a VI. And that's inside of a word. Oh, yeah, inside of a word for a commercial jet, or inside of, oh, well, yeah, add, yeah, this is interesting. Because a commercial is an ad, sextet is VI. But that doesn't make sense. Advice doesn't mean recommended. What's going on here? And I was thinking that was an L for solid. I'm not confident about that, but if that was right, then you'd be looking probably at this. Dang. Okay, let's try 13 and see if we can get 2 down. Cooler asset outlined by firm sort. What a long clue. Essentially a cold-blooded killer. Wow, okay, so firm, so many things going here. Cold-blooded killer. More likely to get 2 down. Cooler can be an AC. I don't think that's going to be there though. And I think, in fact, there's going to be probably an AC in the middle, and the outline is telling us to put something else around the outside. Well, maybe firm is co for company. That could go there, or it could go there. CO, that doesn't look right. One of these letters, one of these 2 letters would be really handy. Let's try 14 since we've not looked at that yet. Oh, hang on. I was looking at the wrong clue before. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I was looking at. Oh, that's weird. 9 across is 9 across is this one. Weird. Getting one's goat hair half fleeced by a ruler. I don't know what I did there. So getting one's goat hair half fleeced by ruler. I don't know what to make of that. That's very odd. Wow, 14 down now, which was the clue I was trying to solve before, is 9 letters long. If I'd read that, I would have realized. But that's changed everything, because now recommended could be something like advisory or something like this. So commercial and at the beginning, VI after that, and advisable. Is a jet a sable? I don't know about that. I think it probably is an A though. And this then is going to be boa constrictor, surely. I'll pass that. Well, let's pass it now. It's a painful clue to pass. There's so much going on. Well, cooler is AC. We've got strict in there, which I think is firm. And we've got the essential letters of sort at the end, OR. I'm not sure about... so where does the BO and the ON come from? Cooler, AC, asset, outlined. A boon is an asset, outlining the AC, then firm, then OR. Wow, okay. Now, 2 down. Well, I feel like I'm doing pretty well so far, actually. Trouble, dry salesman, recalled. Wow. What is this? Hubbub comes to mind, but it's not enough letters. And it doesn't fit regardless. What's this letter here? Is it? So I feel like it should mean trouble. To trouble or a trouble. Salesman recalled should come at the end. Maybe it's the whole thing's recalled. I always make that mistake. I think recalled applies to this word, but it can mean recalled, all of it. So you'd have dry here, and then the rep at the beginning. Perturbed. There we go. So dry is brute, and I think that's how you pronounce that, or brew. I'm not sure. And rep is at the beginning, going backwards. So there we go. 1 across. Legendary album, super cheap. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing there's some famous actual album. So a double definition here, but I would need a word for super cheap. Or a word for super, and then cheap's acting as some sort of indicator. Probably like a removal indicator, like you're cheapening this word, I don't know. Well, if this was a solid, then we'd have this here. Super cheap. I don't think it is solid, to be honest. 9. Well, this corner up here, I'm going to come back to that corner because, and this 4 across depended on 2 down. So, where am I? I'll get my head in the game here. Grind dressing, 2 down, aromatic dressing. Okay. So perturb, aromatic dressing. So perturb's probably going to act as an anagram indicator on aromatic. Maybe not. That's 8 letters. There's 10 all up, so we would need 2 letters extra. It's tempting to think that dressing is the definition with the second word, but it could be grind, because this could be an out or an off or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Let's get some letters. Let's solve these simple clues here, surely. Exposes demands lodged by a French maiden. Okay, so probably unveils, unearths, something. Or well, it could be une. And I'm not seeing that. Demands lodged by a French maiden. Exposes demands, is that the definition? Or is that asks? Unmasks. So a French is un, maiden is m, which I didn't know, probably cricket, and then asks is demands. We've got a U up here, which is promising. Let's try 10 across. Consider fitted wham jacket left in the box as highly desirable. Good grief. Fitted wham jacket left. H-A, we need an M as well. In the box as highly desirable. I should be able to get that from definition, mint or something. Consider. Right. Let's see if we can get another letter. Warned by centre from well, with unmasks, I got that one by proclaiming that it was going to be easy. So let's also assert that this one here is going to be trivial. Warned by a centre from Sheffield United. Worn by centre from Sheffield United. I think I feel like I can get this. Is that going to be a word for united? Or that? We need a word for worn. Centre of Sheffield United. Annoying. Annoying. I should be able to get that. 7 down. Close to collapse. Mate swallows one herbal remedy. So herbal remedy or remedy will be the definition, almost certainly. Close to collapse is probably the final letter of collapse, being the E. Maybe that's at the start. Mate swallows one, and herbal remedy. So echinacea seems right. I don't know how to spell it, but let's see. E for close collapse. This is interesting. It's China swallowing ace. Ace is one. And I actually think that China, I think I've seen that before, is another word for a friend. I might look that up actually, because I'm pretty sure it's correct, but it's an interesting, informal British, a friend. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. That's cool. I mean, I would have struggled. I never would have thought of that, but so there we go. I'm getting an H there. I'll come back to that in a second. An O at the end here could be helpful, or it could indicate a very weird word. Pregnancy method, 2-5, offers wild variation devoid of answers. Yeah, so this is going to be in vitro, where we're taking the word variation wildly. We're going to rearrange those letters, but we're going to take out that word is devoid of the answers. Answers abbreviates to A, which is a valid abbreviation. We take out the A's, we get VRITION, and in vitro is that anagram. This is must have. Well, we're really powering through here. My goal here was to try to get this in under 45, just randomly, but we'll see. It's probably a bit hopeful. Consider, so highly desirable is must have. Consider is to muse, M-U-S-E, around the outside, and it's fitting wham without its jacket, so just the H and the A, in box, which was TV. I considered TV, but didn't notice how that was going to work. So that is cool. 6 down. Did we look at 6? We did. This is fused. So centre from Sheffield is the F. Worn is used. Put them together, you get fused, which means united. 12 across. Another trivial one, no doubt. Present or present, mafioso, polished off. So to donate is to present, I think. Mafioso is a don, and polished off is 8 if you polish off some food. This, I think, is going to... I think I might have been wrong about my goes. I think this is truffle oil. Yeah, it's seeming to make sense on a few fronts. So truffle oil is a dressing. To perturb is to ruffle. And to grind is toil, which is dressing or going around the outside of ruffle. So perturb was not an anagram indicator. And this one is not goes along. So follows, very kind horse. So what follows here? I'm assuming it goes along. So I'm assuming this is along because it's got salon, which would be the boutique. Yeah, that has to be right. So what follows? Tags along. So very kind is tar, thank you, and horse is GG, just in a different position. So this is going swimmingly, and a G on the end here is really interesting. Maybe we have an ing word. Yeah, we do, probably, because we've got getting, and then, so this is going to be irking. Getting one's go is irking, and hair half fleeced is just half of the word hair. IR, and a ruler is a king. This is not solid. I'll come back to that because I was struggling with that, so I'll probably remain in a struggle until I clear my mind of silly thoughts. So this is got lots of good letters. White goose recalled in new ABC visual medley. Right, goose recalled in new ABC visual medley, 14 letters. Well, visual medley with ABC, it doesn't have a G, but it is 14 letters. What's a goose going to do in this? What's the split here? 9, 5. You'd think this would be easier than what it seems to be. 15 down. We're basically starting a new puzzle at this point. Wow, and 27, 3, 6, 4, so 13 letters. Wow, let rubbish corrupt mix at a party. Starting with an R. 3, 6, 4. Mix at a party. Or just party. What was it? 13 letters, so 5. That's... and I don't know that's a V actually. Let's be mindful of that. Just putting in random letters. Well, let's try 17. That might be useful. So courts. Suddenly just thought, what if I hadn't set that up properly and you couldn't see any of what I was doing here? Courts repealed cricketers joining higher plane. Sorry, 17 down. Courts repealed cricketers, there's often IX, joining higher let or rent plane. 3-4. Interesting. I think this is going to be that. What's this first word? So the reason I think this is a plane in a mathematical sense could have something to do with an axis, and the XI would be the cricketers. But not confident. Well, let's see about this X in 24 across, because that should be telling. Bank contributes to film great bean variety. Okay. Bank contributes to film great, or film great, and then bean variety presumably is the definition. I mean, maybe that's a coffee bean variety. You can only really think of one, I think, Arabica. Apologies, I think my dishwasher is probably audible right now. Or it might just be my brain churning over in its lethargic way. I don't think I should continue on that one for now. Stirs octopus, crab slice around. This is arcs up, which means stirs, and arcs up is spelt backwards inside these terms, so a slice of this term around backwards. That still looks like advisable. I'm going to put that in actually, because I think sable may be jet in the sense of black. I think that makes some sense. 21. Bear the edges of paranoia. Panda. So P and A are the edges of paranoia. So P and A for a bear. I'm not sure if a panda is technically a bear, or I don't think they are. I think they're just called that, but nonetheless, I think we can forgive that. Cares how 2-up spinner plays. Well, gives us something, I think. Or 2-up, is that's with the coins? It's not going to be gives probably, because I here would be unlikely. Well, it's going to be a vowel here probably though. No, maybe not. So this would be an S. Gives a damn is what comes to mind, but unless that's some sort of reference that I don't know about 2-up. 2-up's to do with coins. No. Oh, that's annoying. How 2-up spinner plays. Takes something. I'm not sure. 24 with B and N. Bank, could just be bank, contributes to film great bean variety. I mean, the film great could be anyone, unless it's just the film of the word great. And then a word for bank in the middle. That is actually bank. Man, that could be a thing, but don't know what it is. So let's see if we get some other letters here. 18 down. Latin banker, or one against boosting central stock. Well, this feels confusing. I'm worried that I need to know the definition. Kind of feels like it would be Latin or Latin banker. If it's Latin banker, oh well, Latin banker could be a river of some sort. I feel like if it was, maybe there'd be a question mark because it would be quite oblique. Or one could be ORI, against can be V, so somewhere in there we might have that, against being V for versus, and then boosting central stock, so that boosting often means reversing upwards the central letters of stock, which could be TOC. You kind of got that, and all of that. Oh wow, we've kind of got Victoro or something like that. I mean, I think the or must be part of the word play. It could just be a joiner word if there wasn't an or. And again, this yeah, I feel like this might be an historical person. Be really useful to know this final thing here. Let's not labour. What are we up to? 31 minutes. Well, this is going to be tight. Meat-filled crackers, etc. as breakfast option. Crumpet. So ETC is crackers, so it's being rearranged. CET around being filled with a meat, which is rump. So that was a nice easy get. 15 down, do I know that? No, so that is not going to be very helpful. 25 across. Twitter now, maybe X, to spoil threads containing bloomers. Bloomers, wow, this could be tulips. Can I see how that works? Well, the order of the words doesn't really make sense because it feels like bloomers is contained within something, and so Twitter now would be the definition. Or just Twitter. I liked tulips. Now can be AD. Spoil threads containing, it's not hidden, is it? No, I don't think so. There's no P. Obviously there is a P, but I don't think it can work. Yeah, that's annoying. 23, that feels like it might be gettable, but 23, okay, Gaga, hit far from quiet. Or Gaga hit, it might be one of the songs. Far from quiet. I'm not getting anything there. I think 27, was that the one that depended on 15? It does, so that, well, it's attached to 15 actually, so there's no clue for it. 22, where to see dummy halves together. Okay. that's talking about. We might have on, or at, or in, or by. Where do you see a dummy? And what does halves together mean? Another word for together being halved. Where to see dummy? Ah, well, a dummy could be like a dummy for a baby. Oh, sorry. So you'd see a dummy like in a mouth, but that doesn't work. Surely with a U there I can get it. Because I think that's the last of the clues that I haven't looked at. Oh, I've got a C here. Wow, that's unexpected in that across clue. This will be huge if I get this. And it's a 5-letter word. Yeah, okay. White goose recalled in new ABC visual medley. What can this word be? The first word that comes to mind is that, but I don't see that's going to be right. So I don't think this can be a vowel, so it would have to be I guess an L or an R. This is really confusing me. Oh, maybe it's blanc. Ah, white, right. Sauvignon Blanc is the white wine, and we have goose, which is recalled. I'm not sure what that's referring to. In new ABC visual medley, well, there's some sort of anagramming going on. Visual ABC, and then new as well with the N, I think. So the goose is a nong, I think. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not going to spend too much time because I want to try to beat 45. I don't think I can, but let's see. 17. Courts repealed cricketers joining higher plane. Well, I thought it was an axis, but it's not. It's going to be presumably an air something. Airship. Courts repealed. Cricketers. Well, I don't know where the cricketers are. Joining higher plane. I don't know. Well, if this was a P, and I'm not confident. I think it is air, but I'm not closer with this one actually. What about this 18 down? Really feeling the time pressure now. This is stupid Latin banker. Well, maybe it is OR 1 against. Well, maybe it's exactly what I wrote before. Is that a word? Or I've got, I don't think so. That's really annoying. This one would be useful because it helps, well, it gets 27 across. 15. No, sorry, gosh. I blame you for this because I've got to scroll around like a psychopath. 15. Wow, let rubbish corrupt mix at party. Okay, so A, E, I, O, and U. So it's either an I, O, or U. Probably U. What? Rob or rib. I have no idea what that is. Probably Rob. Ah, that's unbelievable. Aye. This clue was supposed to help me get all the others, and it's done nothing. That's ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to look at this one. Wondering about a P in the second place. Cares how two-up spinner plays. No, maybe I should look at 17 down and try to actually process it. So, courts repealed. Cricketers. So if this has cricketers as the XI in it, I don't see how that's going to work. Joining higher, plane. That has to be an I. If this isn't, well, if this is ship, what's 24 across? Band contributes to film great band variety. Bean variety. 41 minutes. It's not good. Oh, there was a bit of waffle at the beginning, so I just don't know, like, and I don't see how this is even airship from the wordplay. Nothing about that made any sense to me. Yikes. This is a disaster. What was 25? Could that be my salvation? Twitter now. I thought tulips, but I had no basis for it. Except for bloomers being tulips. But what are bloomers that are small enough to go in the middle? Or if it is tulips, how could that work? I mean, it feels like there should be an X. There's an X somewhere in the middle. No, but then that makes bloomers the definition, and containing doesn't seem to make any sense. Ah! How is this not an X? And does bloomers mean, because bloomers, can they be a type of trouser or something? Dang, 23 down. I've still got the top left corner as well. I forgot about that. Okay, Gaga hit from Far From Quiet. Noisy. I mean, that's not right. It's not gonna be, what's this, Yeti or something? How can I not get this clue here with the first letter, the first word practically written? Wow. Let rubbish corrupt. Hang on, that's not anagram fodder, is it? Oh, that is 13 letters. Ah, good grief. Mix, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Mix at a party. Well, I've still got the same problem of figuring out what the hell this is, but mix at a party would be the definition. Seems like that's going to be some sort of punch or mixed drink. Oh no, rub, it's going to be rub something with, rub, what do you do? I thought it was rub shoulders with, but obviously not. Rub with, let's do another W-O, another B. Oh, hang on. It's hard to do this without a pen. So W-I-H-T. So we're still left with L-E-W-O-B. Hang on. I need a pen. Sorry, guys. So we've got W. Oh, the time is getting away, I think. W O L E T R U B. I'll see it. I S. There it is. I rub elbows with. I don't think I've heard that before. Okay. Well, is that going to be what I need? Well, it gives me an S there, which I think... Oh, no, I didn't know that, actually. 25 is not tulips. And Twitter now to spoil threads containing bloomers. Hang on, 23 down with a W. Oh, that was the Gaga song, though. I don't know how to process that. Far from quiet. Okay. Gaga hit. Far from quiet. Bugger. So 25 was this flower thing. If there was an X, I'm not sure. I don't know what threads is doing. Can I beat the hour now is the challenge. 22. Where to see dummy halves together on or in league. I think that's correct. Now I don't know why, but I haven't got time to ask questions like that. Maybe I'm going to come back to doing the passing later. I'm pretty sure that in league is right. 23. Okay, Gaga hit far from quiet. Like a glow or something. And this is all I've got to go on now. Well, this is a stupid Latin dude, and we've still got this. Well, no, the eye's in a different position. So, or one against. It can't be. It's got to be. If it is this, what are these three letters? Actually, let's look at 26 because I think that S was surprising to me. Cares how two up spinner plays. Gives a toss. That should have been more solvable. This is an unusual word, so I think it is. Something thought. Oh, the central stock could just so against may not be V. Against might be these three, like con or something. I was also thinking a ratio might be a thing. No, that doesn't. Yeah, no, ORAT. Oh no, that doesn't work. What's against? Because central stock would be the O, so or one against could be a word. Oh, well, that's an I. Air taxi. Wow, okay. That's the XI is the cricketers. And we'll come back to past that. 24 across bank contributes to film great bean variety. I mean, I don't know, varieties of beans, come on. And film great could be anything, unless film is a well, maybe it is this GT business. and then we would have a bank in the middle here. Well, what could the NAB be in there? That's an Australian bank, but it would have to go backwards. CBA, Commonwealth Bank, looks believable. Oh, also ANZ. That's maybe even more likely. And then this would be an A or an O or something. I think it's this. I'm amazed if that's correct, or that I've got it. If it's like, I don't know the word, but Garbo would be the great film, the film great, and ANZ's the bank, Garbanzo, and it kind of lines up with this as some sort of Latin name. Well, maybe it is Oricon. I don't think against is con. Maybe it is. Pro and con, for and against. Yeah, I'm going to put it in and just hope that we're right. So we're kind of down to the last impossible clues. I mean, the trivially easy clues that I just didn't know how to think about previously. Minor second, which feels like, second roll seems like the O, and ano is welcome in frozen. O could be there, frozen, and then minor would be the definition. Eod, is that a likely ending to a word? I feel like no. What if minor second is the I? I don't think that's what it is actually, but frozen. Well, that's likely for a word for frozen, isn't it? It could be dried, something like that. If there's an O in it, where's that going to go? There. That doesn't make sense. This isn't like a hidden, is it? No. If that was a D, then one across. A legendary album, super cheap. Oh, good grief. Epic. When I first looked at this clue, I thought of EP and LP and just immediately dismissed them. I don't know why. And then when the P came up, I didn't consider it. Epic is legendary, album is EP, and super cheap is IC. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. I want to get this solved. We'll come back to parsing it. Minor second roll. Let's ignore the E for a second. Is welcome in frozen. Chilled would be frozen. This is child. I can vaguely see how that passes, but we'll come back to it. 25. Twitter now to spoil threads. I don't like this one. Well, I think this is more likely than the other one actually. So I think that AW, there can't be too many words that are that structure. A flow, a glow, something like that. Okay. All right. Gaga hit. I don't think a glow means far from quiet. Ugh. let's imagine that's an L. You get 25 across, 55 minutes minus intro waffle. Twitter now to spoil threads containing bloomers. I mean, is there something like this? I don't know, like, is that a word? Oxlaps? No, if there's next in there, it's got to be there. And that would be spoiling a word for threads, which is not going to be OL space P, I don't think. Containing bloomers. I just need to know what threads means. Strings, train of thought, thread. Well, it's likely to end in an S. Let's make that assumption. And then the word for threads is going to be O something PS, or O something something PS. I don't think that's what I'm trying to find. It doesn't seem... This is very annoying. And it may not be an S, but I think it is. Bloomers. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like a bulb, I think is the thing and that's a short word, but it doesn't fit. I think this might be some... I don't know what Twitter... I feel like structurally this clearly seems like Twitter is the definition, or Twitter now. Question mark. Well, what if now is AD inside of threads containing bloomers, which is gargantuan in itself, but it would have to be something like that. Actually, it could also be CE for the common era. Is there a word there? There's not a word down there though, I don't think. If that's an L, what would a word for now be? What is this? Okay, 58 minutes. It's really coming down to the wire. Where to see dummy, and I think I'm actually quit at an hour. Where to see dummy halves together. Oh no, sorry. Where am I? 23. Well, I've done at least 5 minutes of scrolling time, so. Okay, Gaga, hit far from quiet. Oh, what about askew? I can't see that being right with the K, but doesn't mean far from quiet. It's a good word. Can we just put good words in and that's it. Allow is to okay. So Gaga hit, I'm not sure, far from quiet. I don't know, but I think that's it. So now we're left with this, with about 10 seconds left. Well, it may not be allowed, but that seems, there's just not very many words that go. So I'm going to back that for a second. Take out the S. Maybe it is ox lips or something. Well, the X would be inside of Twitter now X, spoiling threads. So a word for threads, meat, and then containing bloomers being the definition. But then we'd still need this word for threads, which would be OL something P something. Lapse. I can't think of a word that fits here as the problem, and I think it would be probably fairly obvious. But I mean, allow seems really good. Let's just quickly look at more possibilities for that. And I am over an hour, but I don't know how much waffle there was, so I'm going to give myself a bit of leeway. So up to L, actually check L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, a stew. I don't think so. T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I reckon that has to be allow. And I might have to give up on this one. Or do I just come back to this later with a fresh brain? Shame to kind of not get the last answer. Do the same trick here. Again. M-O-P Q-R-S-T-U-V-W X, Y, Z. If anything, ox seems like the most plausible letter, I think. Ox lips or something. Nah, I'm gonna look this up. So that's about an hour, and I think allow is correct. So now there's a few clues to pass actually. I'm gonna check this one though, OLP. So one look is our friend in this space. Ah, there is an ox lips. Holy moly. A plant species prima, oh, good grief. I don't know if, can you see the side of the screen? Oh, you can't see the, let me, so there we see this plant species nonsense. so it is ox lips. I don't quite understand why, well, I don't understand at all actually, why olips is spoil as an anagram. Oh, wow, that's an awkward clue. So you've got threads as an anagram indicator for spoil, and that is containing the X, but it's the other way around, and bloomers. And that word, that's a really, I'm not sure I like that clue, because I mean, I might be ignorant, but I don't know that ox lips is a very well-known thing. Maybe it is. So you got potentially hard answer, a really upside down clue, and an anagram indicator in threads. Unless I'm misunderstanding the parsing, but okay. So, well, oregano is maybe not a thing. Oh, sorry, I want to say do not. I don't think it is. It is. I don't know why what I'm doing here. I'm going to go back to one look. O-I-C-O. Is that what it was? No, I don't think that was what it was. Hang on. O-I-O-O. Ah, Orinoco. It was just I was boosting. I forgot about the boosting thing. It was going up in the clue. So Orinoco, South American river. So as I thought, the Latin banca was a oblique way of referring to a river. Gives a toss, we figured out. Panda advisable, so sable must be black. I'm pretty confident that's true. Yeah, there we go, black, right. Air taxi, we kind of partially passed. So, courts are atria. That's being repealed. Cricketers is XI, and a higher plane is an air taxi. Arcs we did. Garbanzo we did. That was nice in the end. Let's look that up for confirmation. There we go, a chickpea. My least favourite of the peas. Sauvignon Blanc, I think we more or less figured out. Yeah, Nong was the nincompoop or whatever in the middle. Advisable boa constrictor, we figured out. So in league, so together is in league. Where to see a dummy, halves. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, or how that works. Rub elbows with, sundials, irking, perturbed, child. Yes, a child was interesting. We had chilled for frozen, and child means minor. Oh, maybe. Oh, how does that work? I thought there was going to be a way of removing LE from chilled. Second. Wow. I mean, it has to be child, right? It makes so much sense. Minor is child, frozen is chilled. Take out the LE, but how are we taking out the LE? We've got LE in roll. And we're not removing it, it seems. We're welcoming something. Wow, comments on that one, please, because that really is confusing. Epic we figured out. Irking sundials, truffle oil. I think there was another one somewhere that I didn't figure out exactly. Fused, yes. Echinacea, yes. In vitro, yes. Allow, I probably didn't figure out allow completely. That might be the only one now. So 23 down. Okay is to allow. Gaga hit. And far from quiet. I don't know. Gaga may not be the musician, but being Gaga, far from quiet. If you're Gaga, you're well, let's have a look at Lady Gaga songs. Looking for a short. Shallow. Oh wow, it's a brilliant song, that, by the way. That Star Is Born was wonderful. And so Shallow, without the sh, far from sh, gives you allow. Gosh, that's hard. Well, we're privileged today to have two X's in the final solution. So we get two correct letters in this grid of this sea of red. But I'm gonna assume that that I am correct in everything now. So Oxlips was the real stumper. I'm real pleased to have gotten Garbanzo. That is a testament. Oh, and I got Orinoco wrong. That's a testament to the power of cryptic ease, that you can come up with words that you've never seen before. If you want to see a real example of that, check out Cracking the Cryptics monthly super hard cryptic that they do from the Times, where literally every word in the grid is typically one you've never seen before, and the cluing is super hard. And Mark Goodliff, arguably the greatest cryptic crossword solver in the world, it takes him around an hour to solve that one, and often he doesn't complete it. But hopefully this exercise today was entertaining. I think I might in future, especially with the DAs, do what I've done today and leave some of the passing to the end. Just it feels like a better format there, and actually have this kind of time limit idea, so that it injects a bit of pressure and excitement to the whole exercise. Saying that, this puzzle was hard, but I would put it as easier than the average DA. So it might be hard to repeat this performance next week, but for now I will be happy with what I've done, and thank you for watching. I will be back again probably tomorrow with the Saturday paper from Liam Reynolds, a much more relaxed affair. And just a quick plug, although it's an enormously long video at about 2 hours, I did a Sudoku solve yesterday, 4 out of 5 star difficulty puzzle, which is basically where I'd rate it. I think if Simon does it on Cracking the Cryptic, it'll probably take him about an hour, maybe a bit less, and certainly I missed a few things along the way that would have made it quicker for me, but it's a pretty cool puzzle, and if you can flick through the boring bits of me wasting time and get to some of the key highlights, it's interesting. So check that out. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to keep abreast of all of my movements, and in the meantime, happy puzzling, and I'll see you all again soon.